Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. I'm excited today to show you something. I got to go shopping in Turkey. No, I didn't really, but my husband was in Turkey and he was gone for 4 whole weeks. And if you guys remember, he's been there before and he brought me back some yarn and he wanted me to make him a sweater out of that yarn, because he was going back to Turkey in the winter, this winter, and he wanted a sweater made from yarn that he bought there to wear while he was there, because of course it's chilly there, much like it is here. And so I did. I made him a sweater out of that yarn, and I have some left over too. And he originally wanted me to make him like a hat or a scarf or something to match his sweater. But then he's all like, well, I have lots of hats and I don't really wear scarves. So he wanted me to make something for myself out of the remaining yarn, which, I don't know, we'll see. He wants us to be kind of like matchy-matchy in some respect. I don't know, those aren't really my colors. It was a heather gray and a blue, darker blue, and kind of a orangey red color. It's not really my colors, but I don't know. We'll see what I might make from them eventually, but it's not high on my list of things of yarn to use. But anyway, yes, he went back, and he went back knowing that I was going to want some yarn again. So, like on his last day in town, before he was flying back home, he went back to the yarn shop that he had bought the other yarn from, and then to another yarn shop that they were both right there in the same kind of shopping mall area. And so anyway, I got to pick out the yarn because he had me on a, not a Zoom call, a WhatsApp call, video call, so that I could see all of the yarns. So I got to go through and pick stuff out, and then he picked out one to surprise me with. So anyway, I wanted to show you that yarn and some ideas of what I want to make with it. So let's go to my yarn basket here. So the first color that I really saw, well, okay, I'll do that color first. It's not the one I have right now. So one of the first colors I saw that I really liked was this variegated turquoise and kind of a creamy white color. It's more cream than pure white, but I thought that was beautiful coloring. And so he got me 2 skeins of this variegated, and then right next to it was a solid teal color that matches it very nicely. And he got me 3 skeins of this color. So 3 skeins of that and the 2 variegated. So I'll be able to make something really nice out of this. So these are Elise Angora Gold. And it's made in Turkey. So it is 100 grams. Focus. 100 grams and like 550 meters or 601 yards. 3.53 ounces. So it's not terribly clear from this what the weight of the yarn is, but I did look it up online, and it's like a sport weight size 2 yarn. So you can see there how thin it is. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. It's color 164. The solid one. The variegated one has 602 yards, 3.53 ounces, 100 grams, 550 meters. And it is also 80%, so it's all the same. It's still Angora Gold. Most of what he got me is the Angora Gold. There was one that's a different brand. But anyway, so I got this beautiful teal and teal variegated color yarn. So the next, just make sure it's not going to fall down. The next batch, color I saw, there was several pink colors, pink and beige and cream, not variegated, just solid ones, all in a cubicle in the wall, and 2 cubicles. I loved those colors, and there was one in particular. It looked like the color of the sweater, one of the sweaters that I'd wanted to make. And yeah, this one here. So this is one that I'd put on my list of things that if I could make for myself if I sat down and just did it. And you can see the coloring there. It is so pretty. And so this yarn reminded me of that color. And so I told him to get me some. So he got me 5 skeins. Oops. 5 skeins of that color. So beautiful. Now this is the one that's a different brand. This is Nako Angora Lux maybe. This is also 100 grams, also 550 meters, so 601 or 2 yards. And so it is, again, this is the one that I looked up online. I found this brand and it says it's a sport weight. And so all of these are the same weight. They're all going to be sport weight. So this is color 10639. So I love this color so much. But when I was looking at the specs for this pattern, this requires like a size 3 weight yarn. So I don't know enough about gauge and weights to determine if I could just like double up this yarn to make this or not. I suppose I could try, but I decided to look for some other patterns that use fine weight yarn, sport weight yarn, because there's got to be patterns out there to use, right? So I did find some, and I was actually looking through some of my books that I already have, and I came across another pink sweater that I really like. And this is in the Blueprint Crochet Sweaters book by Robin Chachula. And this book was printed in 2013. This has a lot of sweaters that I want to make. You can see my tags there. So anyway, this will be a sweater that I make with this yarn. But it's interesting because the yarn that they use here is a sport weight, number 2. But when it's got 146 yards, and they need 8 skeins of it, or 8 hanks. And that came to 1,168 yards. And so you need 8 hanks for 1,168. And I'm only going to need 2 of this. Of course, these are larger. These are 100 grams versus 50 grams. But still, 50 grams, this is like 4 50-gram hanks. And they're saying I need 8 hanks. So that makes me question the gauge of this yarn. Is this really a fine weight like what they used here? This is going to be fun. I'm going to have to do, obviously, a swatch to figure out the gauge to see if this is going to work for this pattern. But anyway, I thought that was interesting, the difference, if it's just the difference in the yarn style that makes this, makes the difference in how many hanks I need to use, or skeins. Anyway, but I will be working on that very soon. So anyway, 5 skeins of that beautiful pink color. Now, the next yarns that I chose, I had a really hard time choosing because they had some beautiful variegated yarns. And I just kept telling Brett, no, go back to that square. Go back to this one. Because he'd scroll the camera over, scroll the phone over, and I'm like, wait, go back. And so he'd go back a little bit, but I'm like, no, further. And then he'd go too far, and it's kind of fun shopping by by phone halfway across the world. But anyway, the next color that I chose, which I'm not sure why I didn't just say this other color that I wanted, because I thought it was so pretty. but I think I was just trying to go for like different coloring, so I wouldn't have like all the same color style, you know. But I saw this one and I really liked it kind of looks red. I guess it is a red color with a brown. Red, brown to cream. So I really, for some reason, that just really stood out as something that I would like. So I got 5 skeins of that. And this is again the Angora Gold. And this is color, color 1984. Angora Gold Petite. So this is this Angora Gold Petite too? Yeah, Angora Gold Petite. So anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this yarn yet. You know, I don't work with the finer yarns a whole lot, so this is going to be like a new experience for me. If you remember the silk skeins that I did from Darn Good Yarns, and I was wondering, what size is this? Yeah, this is definitely definitely like a fingering weight for that silk yarn there. You can see it's smaller than the 2 weight, so definitely the size 1 fingering weight yarn on that, or sock yarn. Alright, so that was my 3rd choice, and then I was having a hard time choosing from all the rest, and Brent was kind of, I think, getting tired of being in the yarn stores because they were kind of busy being in there on the phone with his wife trying to figure out stuff. So then he's like, well, let me pick out one to surprise you with. So I'm like, okay. So he ended up not telling me which one he got until he got home, but he ended up choosing the one that I really, really, really should have just chosen to begin with. I love this colorway. Purple, teal, green, and then a cream color. Oh, so pretty. And he got me, again, 5 skeins of that. There were only like 4 skeins on the shelf, but the lady at the store pulled out a pack that was still in the plastic. And so there was five in the bag there. So anyway, again, it's Angora Gold, 100 grams, 602 yards, 3.53 ounces. Again, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So this is color 4341. I should have just chosen this color. I would have been happy with this and the pink yarn. I like the other colors too, but I love this so much. So I've been doing a little bit of research about what I want to make with these yarns. So I found some patterns, and now I just need to decide which colors I want to use with which. And if like this sweater pattern is only going to take up 2 skeins, I still have 3 more skeins after that. And so I'm going to be making a lot of stuff with this yarn apparently. Yeah, so I want to find like a nice skirt pattern to make with this. Maybe? I haven't seen very many skirt patterns that I like overly much, but I'm going to keep looking. Otherwise, maybe this is enough to make a blanket with too. We'll see. So let me show you some of the patterns that I have found to make with this. So here is a free crochet pattern from Lion Brand. This is Vanna's Glamour Emily shawl. And that's just a nice, I like the length of that. It's a very kind of elegant pattern in my opinion. This uses the lightweight yarn, or the fine weight. It originally was done for Lion Brand Vanna's, like Vanna White's, I guess, Glamour Topaz, which is a sport weight yarn. I had to look it up so I could know. I don't like the patterns that say use this yarn and then they don't give you any details about the yarn. You have to do research to find it out. So anyway, this would be easy enough to make, but again, it wouldn't take up, it would, let's see, it takes up 5 balls with 202 yards each, so that'd be 1,010 yards, which again is just two of those skeins. So I used 2 for this, and then I have 3 more to use. Another sweater that I found, which I thought was very pretty. This is a free pattern from We Crochet, designed by Natalia McHale. It's called the Harmonious Pullover, and I really like the design of that. The kind of the boat neck collar or neckline, and the little detail. What is it? Cabling? Not really cabling. It's cabling wannabe. Now that I look closer, I guess it is an actual cable pattern. Some of those cable patterns, they have just like, they run together like this instead of actually crossing over. I don't like that look. But anyway, this should be a nice sweater to make out of that. So this would take, it says 50 grams, 50 gram balls do 131 yards, and you need 9 of them. So that's 9, 27. So 100, again, 120, 1,120 yards, which is again two skeins. So got that, got this. Then in this book here, there's more sweaters. The ones that are on this side are ones that I definitely want to make. These other ones that I marked were ones that I like, but are in either 3-weight or like sock yarn one too as well. So there's the pink one. This one is okay. I don't know if I necessarily want to make it. It's just a kind of an open cardigan style. Might be pretty in a variegated. Just they call it a tunic, I guess, but it's an open front there. I don't really like it in that color, and that's why I kind of hem and haw over it. I think if it's in a variegated color, that could be very pretty. But again, this will only take 1,240 yards, so just over 2 skeins worth. So that's it out of that book. Then I have this Crochet Noro book. Such beautiful patterns in this. Well, this one had some finger or wristlets, I guess. So those would be pretty done in one of the variegated yarns. Oh, this shawl here. I love this shawl with the pineapple pattern. So that would be very pretty in one of the variegateds, I think. But again, only 984 yards. So that's not even 2 full skeins on that. It's like 1.5 or 1 1/3 skeins. But I think that will be very pretty to do. And then, oh yeah. In this magazine where I'd shown this blanket that I'd wanted to do sometime, it is by Tunisian Crochet, uses Tunisian crochet. But the pattern right before that is this boyfriend hoodie pattern. They have it in both male and female sizes. And so I think that would be really fun. It uses the 2-weight yarn. It uses 8 skeins of 180 each. So 8 times, that's for the size small, by the way. So 64, so 1,240 skeins. So I could definitely make, I could probably make all of these that I've chosen to do. But I kind of like that it's got a hood, it's got the pockets. I thought of maybe doing this yarn where I do like the variegated for the body and then the solid for the pockets, maybe. So yeah, looking at that, I may make all of these patterns and still have yarn left over. So this will be interesting to do. So I am, of course, trying not to buy lots of yarn because I'm trying to reduce the amount of yarn that I have. After my Joanne hauls from last year, I have a lot to use. But, you know, this is special from Turkey. The price of it, the prices were like 69 cents a skein, or not cents, lira a skein, which in US dollars is about $1.50 to $1.60. I'm gonna say they're about $1.50 each. So that's a really, really good price for these. So 3, 6, 6.5 per color for 4 colors. So he spent under $30 for all of this yarn, which was amazing. I did buy a couple of other skeins the other day from Amazon because I found, is it Bright Sage? And I don't know if you recall, I have a lot of this color, and I was having the hardest time finding a solid color to match any of these colors in here. And I had found one to match this blue color, and that was Bright Sage. And I was able to buy it once. I think Joann's had it one time, and I bought like 2 skeins, and I should have bought more because I was never able to find it again. But I found it on Amazon, and I'm like, I am buying that. I paid $19.96 for a 2-pack, which divide that by 2, so it's under $10 per skein, which is a decent price. So I ended up buying 2 of these so that I can make more. I'm going to end up making more of my Fred turtles, not my pattern, but more of the Fred turtle patterns for the Spring Fling market coming up. That's about the only turtle pattern I found that I actually like to make. And I like making it. I like making turtles with this yarn, but I need a body color that goes with it. So this goes nicely with those. I might find something else to make with these too, but this will give me a way to use up this yarn. So anyway, I'm excited about that. And I think that's about all for this video. I haven't been doing too many crafty things since my last video. I think I did do some more sewing. I have some oversized hot pads that are like this big that I was quilting, and I have most of them quilted. I think I have 3 more to quilt up, and then I need to put the binding around the edge, and then those will be ready. I should probably do more of those. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll have about 8 or 9 total. But to be selling them, I want to have like a larger variety of them, just so, you know, I think that when you have a larger variety of one thing, people are more drawn to it. So it's nice to have, instead of having 1 of this and 1 of that and 2 of that, and then that's all, you know, people see a variety and they think, oh, this is really cool, and they can pick and choose something that matches what they like. So I think it's important to have that variety. That's my opinion and my experience, actually. Sometimes the items that I have more of tend to sell more than just the one-offs. So, I mean, people like the unique items too, and just the single items. But anyway, just my experience. So that will do it for now, and I will keep you updated on what else is happening. So we'll see you next time. Bye.